Okay, so today's going to be the final piece in the bass series. I'm listening to a piece by Japanese composer Yoshihiro Kanno for double bass and tape, and this score I just downloaded off of his website. It's freely available. I found a YouTube performance, and link to that is in the video description. And I think we listened to another piece of his with electronics for violin, piano, and electronics. Similarly, uh, he notates his electronic sounds when it has like definable pitches. And then I mean, if there are other sounds that can be described with words, he'll just describe it with words. So it's very practical, like simple way of showing the electronics. Looks like the double bass has a lot of like artificial and natural harmonics. So when things have to be notated at pitch in a higher register, he just has a separate staff for treble clef, and that's seems to be present throughout the score. Um, he even flips into it when the bass just has high pitches, so that's kind of weird. But in certain circumstances, kind of nice, I guess. The title of this piece is a pavilion of sand on his website, but on the YouTube video it's called a tower of sand, um, which is a very strange, evocative title for a double bass piece. Um, this is what I'm talking about. So there's going to be some like sounds in the electronics that are better described with, in this case, just um, what would you call them? Automatopoeia? Is that the word? Kano's pieces for me have been kind of hit and miss, although we've only listened to two of them. Um, and yeah, I guess I'm somewhat excited for this one. I don't have headphones, so hopefully it's not too obnoxious to anyone in my vicinity. Uh, and yeah, if you want to hear my opinions on this thing, just wait through this brief transition. Okay, so this is a nice contrast to a lot of the other bass pieces we've been looking at, which are a bit more like aggressive. This is just very lyrical, um, like slightly processed with reverb, bass, melody kind of stuff, and the electronics actually don't resemble what's in the score at all. They're more like atmospheric wine glass sounds and rumbling timpani and tam tam type sounds. Um, Heavily processed with reverb, so that's very kind of like cavernous. And yeah, it's very effective. I think a lot of performers would really latch onto this, because it's challenging in a way that requires you to like really make your instrument sing. And it's got a couple little like extended technique-ish things in it, like artificial harmonics and harmonic glisses and things like that. And I like the moment where the electronics back off. Like you get this really long opening, and then the electronics just back off, and the performer keeps playing, and it's sort of like this continuous melody. There's no real break in the melody because it's like some sort of mode of limited transposition. But there are breaks in the electronics, and I like that sort of contrast. Um, so yeah, that concludes the double bass series. I think these five pieces were a really good collection. If I saw a concert of them, I would be really stoked. And I've never seen any of these pieces live. I don't think any of them get performed a lot. And you know, over the years, like the bass studios that I've seen, none of them are very encouraging of contemporary music, unfortunately. So I think this is probably just the tip of the iceberg, and there's a lot of good bass repertoire. And if you're a bassist who's like complaining about having no rep, I mean, maybe you're just not looking very hard. Um, because all of these pieces were great, in my opinion. Um, yeah. Uh, until next time, happy listening, and we'll see what is our next series when we get there.